Hey everybody, this is Perch. Short question. What gets you back into the MCU? Let's say you're a lapsed customer or you're somebody who the excitement has faded some. And here's where, I want you to be honest for a second with yourself. No matter how hard and jaded you are of a moviegoer, no matter how much you are like, nah, Marvel doesn't have my dollars, all that kind of stuff. When you would see that first Avengers movie, and it was cheesy. If you look at it now, like Captain America's costume looks super goofy, and it's aged weird. A lot of that first Avengers movie. But when you went and saw that, and you had the little post-credit spoiler scene of Thanos smiling, there was like, oh shit. I mean, as a comic fan, you had to love a bit of that. You had to feel like, so like some of your, the biggest things. I mean, the idea that Thanos would appear on the big screen, pretty amazing. And a lot of this kind of stuff, just the idea of several of these characters coming together, I mean, it was a big deal. I talked to lots of people who are not Marvel fans, and even they, if they were honest with themselves, were like Hulk just beating the shit out of Loki in that tower. It was a cheap gag, and again, when it's followed by 5 billion other gags, it gets tiring. But it was there was a magic moment there for people. I think I hear a lot. There's a lot of cynics there. A lot of people who are like, I never liked the MCU. I say the nay. I don't buy it. I think that there were moments in there that even if you didn't really like the movie, even if it wasn't your thing, there was a certain amazement seeing some of this stuff on the big screen for the first time. But we're now roughly 482 movies later. I'm joking, but we've now thoroughly had all these movies, had some characters that like Ghost, like Taskmaster, kind of the way they've subverted some of these characters and other things, where it's just it's we're a little exhausted the MCU. Watching Black Panther, as I noted in other videos, I mean, there was something, it was a kind of a requiem for Chadwick Boseman, and there was that was touching and nice. But as they're introducing Namor, and more for me, it was Namorita and Atuma, and you see these characters on the big screen. It's like once upon a time, Atuma showing up on a big screen for a Marvel movie would have been unthinkable to me as a kid. It would have just been crazy. And now I'm like, all right. I don't know. It's just the magic is gone. So my question for you is, what would bring the magic back for you? What would be something that would get you back excited, or is there a way? And I guess this question could go either way. If you're a big DC fan, what gets you back really, really pumped? A few of you noted when I did the James Gunn announcement, it's like, well, these announcements make me pumped. I want to see this. Okay, that's fine. So you're already there. What about Marvel? The idea of the Kang Dynasty, these two Avengers movies that they're doing. Are you excited about those? Who are the Avengers going to be, by the way, at that point? Certainly Sam Wilson, Captain America, is going to be there. The Hulk apparently is going nowhere. I don't know, they could probably lure Thor back for some more shit. I mean, who Captain Brie Larson's hanging out there? I mean, like, are we getting into Young Avengers at this point? Like, I don't know. But I wanted to highlight old Josh McDonald. So Josh McDonald is somebody who I've been on the live stream on Wes's show back when Wes didn't hate my guts and used to invite me on. I was on there with Josh a few times. I like Josh. Josh pulls out an idea that I think is a quality idea. Okay, it's a really solid thought. And his comment, I'm just going to read it to you. It says, what if Kevin Feige pulls an ultimate boss move and does a film, the Squadron Supreme film, and he hires Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, and Gal Gadot as Hyperion, Nighthawk, and Power Princess? That would be pretty badass, I got to admit. I think that's Josh scored with that one. That's a great idea. That would be funny. So the background there is the Squadron Supreme was always meant to be a Justice League analog in the Marvel comics. Hyperion was Superman. Power Princess was definitely Wonder Woman, and Nighthawk was Batman. I mean, that's who these characters were. And so if Feige said, all right, they flushed out things in the DCU, we're going to create, in the multiverse. I mean, hell, this would be something that Sam Raimi, when he was doing the Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, if we do another multiverse movie, God help us, please don't. But can you imagine what an awesome move it would be to introduce the Squadron Supreme, even if it was for a bit, for 10 minutes or so, and they brought those three out? That would rock. I mean, it'd be fun. I admit it. That would be a fun moment. So I'd like that. I don't think either. I mean, Henry Cavill would probably do it. Gail Gadot maybe. Ben Affleck's not doing that. that guy, that guy was just miserable through through the Justice League. He's not coming back for any more of this shit. But I would love to see it. It'd be even better. Get Zack Snyder to direct it. Just fuck it. Just go for it. I think it would be hilarious. By the way, Zack Snyder gets a lot of hate, and I was not a big Snyderverse fan. I didn't think his take on it did a very good job. It just didn't to me. But I would like what I would like is if no, sorry, I liked Zack Snyder's Sucker Punch. It's a terrible movie, but I liked it. I don't know why I liked it. I just liked it. That movie, very, very early on, just decided to say, fuck it, and just go for it. It made no sense at all. It was bonkers. It was loosely constructed with songs and apparently a deep love of anime. I don't know. I had a good time. The movie, I think, is absolute trash, but I had a great time, and I enjoyed it. So, Zack Snyder, for all the criticism people give him, and again, I don't think he was, I didn't particularly like his DC work. But at the very least, the guy was out there like, I'm going to give you a spectacle. And in the superhero genre, there's worse things, I guess is all I'm saying. There's worse things than the director saying, I'm going to make I'm going to do something you're not going to forget. I mean, just why not? It's a superhero movie. It's meant to be bigger than life. Like, go for it. So I'm never gonna. The Snyder fans, I don't think like me very much because I've said I don't particularly care for. I don't care for his DC work, but I think his DC work's probably much better than a lot of what we have gotten and will get. I still predict that the entire James Gunniverse that we're about to get, I predict that people are going to be like, oh yeah, this is awesome. And then like in movie number 2 or 3, when we're still going on with that here. Like, it's like, okay, all right, we're good. We're good. We don't, this comedy with, kind of a annoying, a 70s, 80s soundtrack as Superman's. I don't know. I just predict that stuff's going to age bad. But maybe I'm wrong. But back to the topic at hand. What gets you back into the Marvel Universe if you've lapsed? What would really make you excited? What is there a character? Is there a storyline? Is there something they can adapt? What is it? What is your dream project? And again, put your cynical comics are fucked. Take that hat off for just a moment, and just tell what gets you to be a fanboy. If they did the original Secret Wars with the Beyonder, would that do it? Like the full blown Beyonder? Would a Kraven's Last Hunt movie? Man, can you imagine actually them doing a Kraven's Last Hunt movie with Tobey Maguire came out and said he'd like to do more movies. He would be happy to lace up and do Spider-Man again. It's kind of nice and refreshing because a lot of actors, when they get away from this stuff, they're like, I'd never go back and do that shit. It's behind me now. And there's Tobey Maguire like, fuck it, I'll do it. Give me some money. Yeah, good for him. Now, he's obviously older and it's much different, but I would say I would pay for a Kraven's Last Hunt movie with Tobey Maguire, and I would do it pretty much exactly, as defined, exactly like the comic, with one exception, and that's just Spider-Man's a little older. Bring Kirsten Dunst into this. She's married to Tobey. The two of them are just an older couple. He's reaching kind of toward the end of his Spider career. He's just older now, so he still suits up as Spider-Man, but he's just a little slower. He's kind of, you don't even have to say who. There's other heroes in his dimension that he's kind of passed the torch to a little bit. Every now and then he shows up. And Kraven comes out, and Kraven is basically, basically twist the story just a little bit to have it be kind of his, you're kind of on your last leg, Spider. I'm going to show you what it's like. That, which would be barely be a a twist on the film. Barely. I'd love to see that. I know that probably makes me weird. I'd love to see Craven's Last Hunt with Tobey Maguire. Yes, Tobey Maguire. I'd like to see that better than current Spider-Man. I don't know. That wouldn't work as well. It'd be too quippy. But I think you could do something kind of dark and that had some real weight and drama to it. And plus, with Tobey Maguire coming back into it, the moviegoers would go, well, there's a chance he's going to actually get killed, and this will be his final movie. You do bring him back like the comic does, but there'd be a few moments there where you're like, shit, they killed Toby. Anyway, I know, but maybe I'm crazy. I have enough food today, but that's that's the thing that get me excited. So what would get you excited? I want to know, what's the movie project that you want to see that would get your little fanboy fangirl heart all squeeing. Nobody's going to admit to that now. Anyway, what would you like to see? I want to know. Let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Hit that button to smack the like button like Hank Pym smacks around Janet. Do it. Do it. Thanks for listening.